Come here. Come here. Need your help. Hey, what's up guys, Ben here, welcome to another video on my channel, FilmFanatic. Now today, I'm counting down the top 5 films, that's 10, the top 5 films I would recommend you watch on Netflix. Now these movies are not Netflix originals, they are successful movies in their own right, but they're on Netflix and I think you should go and watch them. So let's just kick off the list with number 5, and it is the Academy Award winner, Dallas Buyers Club. Set in 1985, the film follows Ron Woodruff, who is an AIDS patient and works around the government to help get other AIDS patients the medication they need. What's most incredible about this movie is that it's a true story. The movie really is inspiring. This guy, who could easily have sat back and let this disease take him, has decided to go and help other sufferers. Now, although it is inspiring and heartwarming, it does hit on some quite serious issues. For example, AIDS, for example, drug smuggling. The movie kind of portrays the US government as the villain in this movie, which is very unusual for a movie. Usually the Americans are the heroes and stuff, so to have them as kind of the villains in this, it was a different change of pace. Now we have to mention Matthew McConaughey in this movie, how can we not? He did win Best Actor Oscar. He did win Best Actor Oscar in 2013, and trust me, he thoroughly deserved this movie. This award, this is one where he really deserves it. Matthew McConaughey takes it to the next level in this movie. I mean, if you've seen it before, he's kind of done, you know, not great movies. Not only did he lose 3.5 stone, or 49 pounds I believe, he just engulfed himself in this character. Have you guys seen Dallas Buyers Club? If you have, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. I'm going to rate it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Coming in at number 4 on my list, guys, we are going with one of my favourite films, Filth. Filth, starring James McAvoy, follows a very troubled Scottish police detective who is also fighting against his drug habit and psychological problems during his bid for a promotion. Released in 2013, this movie got rave reviews, getting 5 stars in pretty much every article I read. Based on the novel by Irvin Welsh and directed by John S. Baird, who I'm a big fan of, this movie it ticked every box for me. It had comedy, action, it focused on some extremely serious issues that I'll talk about in a minute, and the acting by James McAvoy was the best he's ever done. Now this movie is filled with twists and turns, so I'm not going to say anything about the plot because I don't want to give it away if you guys haven't seen it yet, but all I can say is that you're in for a treat with this movie. Now if you're a teenager watching this, and I'm sure most of you are, do not watch this movie with your parents. Please save yourself this awkwardness. This movie does involve sex, drug use, weird psychological problems, so please don't watch this with your parents, because it is a film that would get very awkward to watch. Have you guys seen Filth? If you have, let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. Rate it out of 10 for me. I'm rating it at 8.5. And let's move straight on into number 3. For number 3, we are going with The Fighter. Released in 2010, The Fighter looks at Mickey Ward, a boxer in the 80s who, with the help of his brother, trains to be a professional boxer. The movie stars Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale, and as much as Mark Wahlberg is the main focus in this film, Christian Bale, to me, just steals it. The movie is so fantastic. Everybody in this movie is terrific, seriously. Mark Wahlberg's fantastic. Christian Bale obviously won an Oscar for it, so he's obviously incredible. Amy Adams, I was surprised at how good she was in this movie. Now, the chemistry between her and Mark Wahlberg was just fantastic and really did show a kind of troubled, broken relationship they're trying desperately to hold on to, and it also showed great conflict between her character and Mickey Ward's sisters, who kind of, you know, have a conflict. They don't really like each other. You really see that, and it's fantastic. So props to the actresses who played the sisters, but Amy Adams was incredible in this movie. So when I'm doing these countdowns, I don't want to reveal too much about the plot. I do want you guys to go watch these videos I recommend, that's why I'm doing this. But have you seen it? What did you think? Leave in the comment section down below your rating out of 10. I'm going with another 8.5, sorry. And let's move straight on into number 3. Number 2 on my list, guys, it is The Raid. If you haven't seen The Raid, which I suppose most of you haven't, it's actually an Asian film that's on Netflix, and honestly it's one of the best action films I've ever seen. The movie follows a SWAT team who go into a tenement building, take down a drug dealer and end up getting trapped in there against ruthless thugs, killers, drug dealers, everything like that. They have to kind of fend for themselves trapped in this tenement building. It had subtitles, so if you don't like reading through a movie, you probably won't be for you. But if you're into just watching full blown out action, definitely give this a watch. Movie stars Iko Uwais. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong, by the way. He reminded me a bit of a young Jackie Chan, a young Jet Li. His acting wasn't fantastic, but his martial arts was incredible. Oh, kicked ass in this film. He was so good. You know, he beat up every guy he came across. You know, the ending fight, I'm not going to reveal obviously, the ending fight was fantastically done. It was very simple. It was just set in one room. There wasn't, you know, any like tables or chairs to flick over or anything like that. It really was just an empty room with these two guys, and honestly, Gareth Edwards, the director, he did a fantastic job in this. Well done, Gareth. Not only did he direct, he also wrote the movie and managed to get a sequel for it with a much bigger budget. Now, I have seen The Raid 2, it is also on Netflix if you want to go watch it. It is better, I think. Have you guys seen The Raid? If you have, leave in the comment section down below your rating, you know how this works. Let's jump straight on into number 1. Number 1 on my list, guys, I am going with a documentary for the first time, and it is Bowling for Columbine. Michael Moore, one of my favourite documentarists, goes and tries to see the problem with America's gun violence. Now, he does this by focusing mainly on the Columbine shooting. You know what the Columbine shooting was? In America, there's a town called Columbine, and 2 students went in there with guns and shot teachers, pupils, teacher helpers. They shot anybody they could see. Many get injured. Quite a lot of children and adults sadly died. It is a horrible thing to happen. I hope it never happens again. But it did happen, and Michael Moore shows his point using this. Michael Moore looks at all the things that can influence people into using guns. He looks at video games, he looks at where they're raised, how they're raised, films, books, the news. He looks at everything. He does talk quite a lot about Charlton Heston, the American actor, who is the head of the National Rifle Association, and so he wants guns on the streets. He wants everybody to have a gun for protection. He sees it as their right. The movie is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, it's brilliantly directed, brilliantly written, brilliantly produced by Michael Moore. Well done, Michael. Talk to Marilyn Manson, you know, how music has an influence. You know, Marilyn Manson's kind of pointed at for everything that goes wrong. You know, someone's committed suicide, someone's murdered somebody, oh, it's because you listen to Marilyn Manson. Michael Moore did this fantastically. He looked at every single point, giving it a fair chance, showing 2 conflicting sides, so they kind of left the audience to make up their own opinion. I also talked to the creator of South Park, who is a member of Columbine, and South Park based on Columbine. I know this is nothing, you know, important, but I just thought that was really cool. It's a really hard-hitting movie. It really showed you what happened. It did not, like, any hold barred. It was just full straight on, this is what it's like. And I think that is what makes a good documentary. It doesn't beat around the bush, it doesn't hide facts from you, it comes straight out and shows you. And that is why it's number 1 on my list, and I think you guys should definitely go and watch it. Have you guys seen it? If you have, you know what to do. Leave a rating down in the comment section. Out of 10, I'm going to rate it 9 out of 10. I think this was a really good documentary that I enjoyed watching. And that is it from me, guys. If you did enjoy, please go ahead, hit the like button down below, helps my channel out a lot. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're watching this and haven't already. Go ahead and leave in the comment section your ratings for all the movies and maybe what you want to see in my next video. And I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.